What can you do to take care of yourself in times of high stress and anxiety? For today's video, I'm going to share with you 7 tips for self-care, especially in times of uncertainty. Whenever our body experiences a great amount of stress, our body goes into a stress response of fight or flight, which is totally appropriate for those moments that we need to act quickly. But over longer time periods, our body is not meant to sustain these stress responses. And so it's important that we do something, or else we're compromising our immune systems as well as our emotional and mental health. And so here are 7 tips that you can do to take care of yourself in times of uncertainty. So one is to make sure that you are getting enough sleep. That means going to bed at certain times, establishing a routine, figuring out your rhythm. And then connected to that is tip number 2, which is making sure that you do get enough rest. So not only at nighttime, but throughout the day, see if you could build in some times for naps or just ways to reboot your mind and body, maybe some stretches. So connected with that is tip number 3, making sure that you get some movement and exercise for your body. Your body wants to move and not just sit around. And so I know that our gyms are closed right now in Los Angeles, so you could do things like jumping jacks in your home or push-ups or some stretching. Tip number 4 is be mindful of what you're eating. There's a strong linkage between eating sugary foods and fatty foods and connecting that to increase our stress response. So be mindful of the things that you're eating to make sure that we're not adding to the stress. The 5th thing to do is to connect. So even in times of social isolation or social distancing, doesn't mean that we can't connect with our loved ones. So go ahead and pick up the phone, do FaceTime, connect with your loved ones and your family members and friends and see how they're doing and just make sure that everybody's okay. Tip number 6 is to be productive. And so if you are at home or finding yourself with, what am I supposed to do now with my time? Create a list of the things that you've been wanting to do. Some projects could be like cleaning out that desk or doing that thing that you've been wanting to do for so long but never had the time to do. And start to list out those things and pick 1 or 2 of them and just get going, because especially when we're feeling stressed out, when we feel like we have purpose in doing something, that helps us to get out of that stressful response. And then the last tip, tip number 7, is to engage your spiritual practices. So those are things like mindfulness, times for meditation, even journaling, spiritual reflection, and even reading spiritual books or watching videos that deal with spirituality that help to connect you with your own interior self. And a reminder that in all of this, we're never alone. We're created and connected to something bigger than who we are. And so the important thing is, with all of these tips, it's a reminder that you are not powerless in any situation, meaning you can do what you can to alleviate the stress and bring you to that place of centeredness and grounding. Because when you're centered and grounded, then you actually develop and build your own capacity to rise to any occasion. I hope you found these tips useful. If you like them, go ahead and click like and share them with anybody you feel might benefit from these tips themselves. And if you'd like to learn more about me and the things that I do, go ahead and visit my website. My name is Joselito Ladencia. I'm a spiritual life coach, and I'm also a trainer for organizations and corporations on personal leadership. And you can find me at abundantgood.com. Peace and blessings, namaste, and have a great day.